There is a double or triple injury burst that has gonna hit obviously happen at the side of Arsenal, and guess what? It's really very exciting at the club of Arsenal. And if you're an Arsenal fan, this is one of the stories that you would ever want to obviously come and obviously listen to in here onto what we call the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? Early morning, I've gonna hit obviously launch a live stream. I've gonna hit obviously drop every bit about the game of Arsenal versus a side known as Man City. Carabao Cup finale, it's out there. It's really being watched massively, and I'm really loving the engagement. And many of you are really showing me love in there for you. So I want to let you know that nothing is obviously going to really stop you from obviously coming in through to obviously become part of this beautiful family. Apart from subscribing, please subscribe to this channel and let's grow this channel big and better all time. Now, on the side of Arsenal, there are three players who have been not seen in the training session photos that we are released on Friday. And who are those? First and foremost, there is a player called Odegaard, not seen, and the manager was like, we will wait and see whether they take part in the training session on Saturday. The other player goes by the names of Timber and Ebelechi Eze. Those three were nowhere to be seen. Now, everyone was like, who is obviously going to be playing as a number 10? However much Kai Havertz is there, but everyone would prefer either Ebelechi Eze or Martin Odegaard to come in through and feature predominantly into that fixture. Now, good news coming from the Arsenal side indicates that yesterday these players showed up, and the Arsenal Guna has given us a report that happened at the Sobha Reality Training Center. Just in, Martin Odegaard has returned to training today, Saturday, March 21st, that was yesterday, ahead of Arsenal's Carabao Cup finale against Manchester City today. Multiple sources confirm that Odegaard, along with Jurrien Timber and Ebelechi Eze, took part in the full first team training session at Sobha Reality Training Center. This follows their absence from Friday's training due to their respective injuries. Great news ahead of the Carabao Cup finale. Now, which other boost, if you're an Arsenal fan, do you need that is better than this? Is it there? I think the best ever boost that you'll ever get as an Arsenal fan is to hear that three of these players have gone ahead to return. That is it. And when they return, it gives Arsenal some huge balance. That is it. Huge balance, because you know to eat that, you throw in Eze, you take him off, you bring on Martin Odegaard. For Jurrien Timber, you start Ben White, you throw on a player known as Jurrien Timber after Benjamin White has gone ahead to give you his minutes. And to be very authentic, photos were really gotten yesterday. And this is Timber, at the Sobha Reality Training Center yesterday. And again, this is Ebelechi Eze alongside Max Dowman and Gabi Magalhaes. You understand? So those players really featured very well. Now, those two having gone ahead to be seen, there is this photo that speaks volumes, because we had not gotten a chance to look at Martin Odegaard on the green grass. But on the players that went ahead to obviously stay on the green grass, the guy was there to the fullest. I tell you, he was there. You get to the fullest, and he really looked good in there. So that is Martin Odegaard for you. Have you spotted Odegaard? All else, I will bring you another better angle for you to obviously come and really view this. Let me try to really bring you a much more better angle for you to really have a look at the Arsenal skipper, Martin Odegaard, who might lift his first competitive trophy for the club of Arsenal, because the one they won of the FA Cup, he was not yet here. That is it. He was not yet here. That is Martin Odegaard for you. Now, let me obviously change the angle and obviously show you exactly where Martin Odegaard was. Here is Martin Odegaard behind Ricardo Carafiori, and looks like he was talking to, this is Kai Havertz, right? So this is Odegaard. You see him? He's behind Ricardo Carafiori. So the person in between Norgard and Ricardo Carafiori is the Arsenal skipper known as Martin Odegaard. And the last time they played Man City at Wembley, you know who became the winner? It was none other than Arsenal. And remember, it was Kevin De Bruyne who went ahead to obviously miss out onto that penalty. And I think Arsenal went ahead to score most of its penalties in there, and they resulted into as winners in there for you in the Community Shield. But a lot has been put out, and I want to let you know that a lot is coming. A lot is surfacing between Arsenal and the club known as Manchester City. Manchester City too is really charged. That is it. Man City is charged for this particular fixture, and all their accounts are really trying to show how big this game is and how City will obviously go ahead and really put Arsenal to a beating that they've never gone ahead to obviously get. The same thing, Arsenal fans are really charged for this particular encounter, and we know what will decide. The game is not far off from now. I think 6 hours from now, we will be at Wembley, and we will wait and see how things will pan out for the side. Now, Pep Guardiola has said, always the manager has to have support from the hierarchy, not from the players. Players support you when you win. When you don't, players normally don't support you. So, they are exceptional cases. It's the hierarchy that has to support you to make you feel to the players that whatever happens, you are there. And I think here at Arsenal, it happened. That's why the success he had for many, many years. Look at other clubs, how quickly they change managers. I'm not naive. I'm here still because we won a lot. And Mikel won the FA Cup and Community Shield. Still, he's there after 6 years. It's because of the hierarchy trusting him. If I will be a sporting director, CEO, or the guy who decides always, I look how they train and how players talk about the manager, how they work. If it's good and that's the word, forget results. Results will come. On the opposite side, if I'm the sporting director and winning, but people don't follow the manager and the result is bad, he must be fired. You get? So, he's talking about how managers have gone here to be kept, and he was obviously trying to relate to Mikel Arteta that he has been given time and the time has gone ahead to pay off. He also came out and said second halves, most of the time this season, was not good for Man City. Lately, it was much, much better. I would like to have the feeling the last 3 games during the 90 minutes, we were more who we are. At the end, in many aspects, in the Champions League games, all here, when we dropped, it was the second half, and I think we've made a step forward. So he's like, way back in what he calls the other games before the previous 3, they looked bad in the second half, but they really went ahead to obviously add more to their halves in there. He said, I don't know what's going to happen, but the season was more than decent, of course. If you define the season for trophies, obviously we need it. But last season we won the Community Shield in the final of the FA Cup. I would say 2 or 3 months was not good, but many things happened. That was not the team we should be. This season, yes, we have been most of the time a team not being perfect because sometimes happens. That's a good idea. Now, for Pep Guardiola, all I know is that he also knows, and his bosses, that they are building a squad. They are building a team. Come next in there for you. Like come next season, they come in front, obviously put in a very huge shift. But this season, I know they are like, let's qualify for the Champions League and so on and so forth. Now, Tijani Reinders on the Carabao Cup final. It will be my first time playing at Wembley. And with Man City is something I'm really proud of. I can't wait to play in front of Man City fans too. I had more than 35,000 will be there, which is amazing. Hopefully, we can make it a special day for them. So, obviously, players are really speaking huge about this game. But at the end of it all, the winner will laugh last. We will see tears, you get, from the losers, and we'll see tears from those that will obviously win, especially if all the Arsenal people really lift up the trophy. Expect lots of tears, especially for the first timers at Arsenal. Like, you can talk about those that is signed in the summer. Ebelechi Eze, but he lifted a big trophy last season, that is the FA Cup at Wembley, and he won, really scored in there. That's why he's really very important in this encounter. Zubimendi, to me, he will be the happiest. He'll really see tears flow down his cheeks because of how, indeed, he has put in a lot of work to really see Arsenal win. And one thing people haven't obviously gone ahead to pay a lot of attention to detail is that if Arsenal lift the Champions League and win the Premier League, Zubimendi will stand a very huge chance to win the Ballon d'Or, because I look at Spain as one of the contenders that can win the World Cup, right? From Europe, I think Portugal, England, and Spain are the teams to obviously look at mostly, though not forgetting France. But outside there, I see Brazil coming in through and putting in a very huge shift in there. So, if Spain wins the World Cup, with this guy already lifting the Champions League and the Premier League, no doubt he will be the Ballon d'Or winner. That is it. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Odegaard and Timber update, and they are back for City. What does it mean for the club of Arsenal?